Yo, this is Frank Martyn, and it's the Second Win Podcast. Tune in. Anything, bro, I'm gonna go at like 1.
Yeah. But you gonna get that work in too, though.
Yeah. So everybody got their own mental shit. You know, some people might get up at 5 and be like, I know I'm going to sleep.
Right.
You know what I mean? I'm gonna do it at 1. I know you sleep at 1 in the morning too.
Right. Yo, before we get into this episode, want to give a big shout out to everybody that shows us love, everybody that likes, comments, subscribes. With y'all help, y'all allow us to continue to bring y'all great guests with great stories like the one that we have today. If y'all could do us a big favor and hit that subscribe button, it would really help us out a lot. Appreciate y'all and enjoy the show. Second Win family, man, what's good? Appreciate y'all tuning in to another episode of the Second Win Podcast. I'm James, Gio, whatever you want to call me. Make sure y'all go ahead and follow my IG, follow the Second Win Pod, man. And unfortunately, I don't have my right hand, my brother, my ace with me today. He has some traveling problems, but we couldn't miss this episode. We got one of the coldest fighters in the world, man. Like, this dude's skill level is crazy, and he started late. Mr. Frank, the Ghost Martyn, is on the show today, brother. 18-0. Cold, bro. If you know, you know. I appreciate you coming on, bro. For sure. Much love, man. Hey, listen, you somebody that we wanted to get on for a while because, like, your story's impactful, but also you're not in a lot of media. Like, you really to yourself, you be chilling, you be vibing. So we wanted you to get on here and kind of talk a little bit about life, a little bit about boxing, and give some inspiration to people who might be watching who want to be the next you. You know what I'm saying? So I appreciate you getting on, bro.
For sure.
Your story starting off, like, a big thing with us is we like to talk about the beginning. You started off in Fort Wayne, right? And then you went to Indianapolis.
Yeah, Indianapolis.
You went to Indianapolis and you talked about how your dad had some, there were some street problems as opposed to your mom's side of the family, which was a lot of athletes. How did that affect you growing up, being around that, kind of having two sides of the spectrum?
Exactly what it was. I was on both sides of the spectrum. I was trying to be an athlete, and then I was trying to be in the streets at the same time. So I got to a point where I had to pick, what side I wanted to be on. So I went through, I got in a little trouble, or whatever, and was facing a little bit of time. So once that little situation had my charges, I got dropped and everything, I ended up just turning to boxing. You feel me? So I'm like, I gotta go ahead and pick the better side, the sports side. So I just really tapped in with the boxing.
Was that the moment for you where it was like, because everyone that deals with a situation like that has that switch where it's like, I can't go back to that. Was that the moment for you where you were like, yo, I can't get in trouble again, like I gotta do something positive type thing?
Yeah. I just really wanted to be somebody.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So when I did get in that trouble, I'm like, it was too close, you know what I mean? It was too close for me losing everything, so I had to, bounce back.
Right, and you said you started boxing, and traditionally, a lot of the boxers at your level that are elite start when they 5, 6, 7, 8, but you started when you was 18, right? Mm-hmm. You were an amazing wrestler, you were undefeated, and you started boxing when you was 18. Talk about that and that process and starting up when you was so, kind of old for the sport when you, by most people's standards.
So for real, man, I wanted to start when I was 12, you know what I mean? But my mom, she wouldn't let me. So once I got in a little trouble or whatever, I'm 18 at the time, so I just signed up on my own, and I just my mom's shop, she got a nail shop, so it was right next door to the boxing gym.
Yeah, so it was just convenient.
It was convenient, it was perfect. So I went over there, ended up signing up, and I was just, my first time going in there, I'm thinking I'm finna whoop everybody, because I used to street fight a lot.
Right, yeah.
So I'm thinking I'm finna whoop everybody, so I go up in there. It's this pro in there, his name Angel Hernandez. Man, I sparred.
You still remember him?
I remember him, yeah, for sure. He hit me with a good body shot.
That was your welcome to boxing moment.
Welcome to boxing, humble.
Yeah.
Humble me, you feel me?
The thing is, people don't really know what them body shots feel like, because when you in a street fight,
ain't nobody hitting you in the
all
body.
Headshots. What does a body shot feel like? For people who never got hit by one, because you see people get hit and their whole body almost shuts down type of thing.
It's one of them. That's what it feel like.
Yeah.
It's it feel like you get paralyzed for a second, but it's a late reaction.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it don't happen right then and there. You can get hit with a good liver shot, or you get hit with a good liver shot. It's a late reaction. You get hit, probably a second and a half later, you'll feel it, and then it just drop. It's just
Shit.
your body just just shake. I don't know. It's weird. That was the first time, though.
Damn. Thank God I ain't never happened to me.
Yeah, it's worse than headshots.
For real?
Yeah, for sure.
You ever have any moments where you was like, man, this ain't for me? Like, you know, I'm 18. I'm a little older compared to some other people. This ain't for me. You ever had any moments like that? You always just had the confidence, like, if I'm doing this, I'm gonna do it for real.
I'm gonna give them all.
And that's always been your mindset.
Yeah.
Damn, that's
Even
a
when
great
I was
mindset.
doubted, you know, in the beginning, you know, everybody tried to talk me out of, you know, sometimes people try to talk you out certain stuff, you know, certain goals, certain dreams, you talk about them. So it was one of them things, man. It was people close to me too.
Right.
You know, certain trainers and all that, you know, like saying little stuff, basically how I won't accomplish certain things that I want to accomplish.
Doubting you.
Yeah, for sure.
But
I eat off that.
Yeah, that's what I'm about to say.
That.
Like, there's two types of people. People who deal with doubt and they run away from it, and there's people who look it in the face. Like, it really says a lot about you how you react to stuff like that. And you say you eat off of it.
I'm going to eat off that.
Man, as someone who started late, right, I remember you talking about doing the pad work with Floyd, right? And he said you got the speed and the power to be a world champ. What did that do for your confidence? Because you hearing that from, I mean, you can hear that from anybody, but Floyd is Floyd. You know what I'm saying? So what did that do for your confidence?
It was just motivation, you know, because at that time too, man, I wasn't even like IQ wise, you know. I ain't had that IQ that I got now. You know what I mean? So at that point, I was just really going off natural athleticism. So for him to tell me that at that time, you know, I just got to getting deeper in my bag, trying to understand the game.
Did it make you go like that much harder, or were you already training hard to even be in the gym before you was already training hard?
Yeah. I always been like a workhorse, you know.
In anything you did?
I wasn't like in the beginning, like wrestling and football, like it was kind of more like just I was gifted, you know what I mean? So I kind of used to half-ass that a little bit, you know. But boxing, you can't half-ass boxing. You gotta, if you do, you ain't gonna get to where you need to get to.
Yeah, the thing about boxing too is like, it's not like basketball where you got to depend on people. It's not like football. Like the work that you put in reflects directly with your results.
For sure.
So like even when we came in here and I see you dripping sweat and I see you on the pad, I'm like, he's putting in that work. Like people don't even know the amount of hours that y'all put into this.
It's all on you.
Yeah.
We ain't got no backup. We got a bad day, whatever. We ain't got nobody to come through for us. We gotta. The only thing we got to come through for us is our coaches.
Yeah.
In our corner, you know, tell us, you know, walk us through whatever it is we're going through in the ring at that time.
Right. And you know, talking about your coaches, Derrick James is a coach that's legendary, right? And he's trained a lot of great fighters. And you talked about how you watched EJ, Errol Spence, and Derrick James before you were training with them. You were like, you know, those are people that I want to work with. What does it feel like now being able to train with a dude like that you looked at and you was like, I'm going to get to the point where I'm training with him? Like, you there now. How does it feel, like, being able to learn from him?
It feel good. You know what I mean? Like, one thing Derrick did for me, man, he gave me the understanding of the game. You know what I mean? Like, it took away, me training with Derrick took away the natural athleticism. You know, I don't just rely on my natural athleticism now. You know, I know what I'm doing. You know what I mean? Like, defensively, offensively. Like, it's more than just being offensive or defensive. You know, you got to have timing. You got to have everything.
Right.
So training with Derrick, man, he just upped my game, you know, as far as knowledge. And, you know, he brought out some stuff in me that wasn't brought out in the beginning.
Right.
You know what I mean? So
you was just relying on, like, pure athleticism before?
Yeah.
Just being like, I'm going to work him because I'm more athletic than him type stuff. Damn.
But I always put in that work, though.
Yeah.
You know, I ain't never ever, since I've been boxing, I ain't never took no shortcuts. You feel me? It was just back home, you know, like training there, you know, it ain't, you know, Indiana, the Midwest, like Detroit big on boxing, but like where I was at Indiana, it ain't too big on boxing. So just getting that knowledge of the game, it was hard to get that back home.
Yeah, kind of having that base.
Yeah.
You work with EJ too, right? And EJ's a great boxer, right? What did you learn from him when you started working with him? Like seeing him, how he prepared, how he trained?
Non-stop. You know, his work ethic, it just made me work harder. I already worked hard, but seeing his work ethic, you know, like it was different.
Yeah.
You know, we don't go on no time. We ain't going on 3-minute rounds. You know, we putting that clock on, and we ain't stopping till that clock stop.
For real.
Yeah, we don't go by rounds.
Y'all just go until y'all can't go.
We hit
until
the bag, we
the
jump
time
rope,
stop.
we shadow box, whatever. We ain't going round by round.
That's the saying, iron sharpening iron, right?
Sure,
Y'all sharpening each other. A big thing, like I said, you've been in the media a lot the past couple months, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you a low key dude, like you to yourself, but you've been in the media because of the whole Shakur dispute, right? With the contract and all that stuff. And Shakur is my boy. Like I bang with Shakur, but him going on and calling you out your name and stuff like that was kind of crazy. But you still kind of kept your head. You still kind of chilled. What was that whole situation? Because people ain't really hear from
me,
you. You know what I'm saying?
Really, like to keep it G, man, to keep it real with you. I honestly feel like once they was really happy I ain't take the fight. You know what I mean? I feel like, believe it or not, like me pulling out, they pushed that narrative of me being scared. They used that narrative and pushed the fuck out of it. You know what I mean? Like when being scared had nothing to do with it. It was all about the money. You know what I mean? One fighter getting a big amount and the other one getting, you know what I mean? Like I wouldn't say crumbs. You feel me? Because it's the money, I mean the amount was good money, but for that type of fight.
You're saying like the risk, the reward didn't outweigh the risk in that sense.
Nah, it was just more like, you gotta think about this. This fighting is mental.
Yep.
It ain't all physical.
For sure.
I'm going into a fight where I'm going to another network. I gotta fight the network. I gotta fight Shakur. I gotta fight the judges. I gotta fight the refs.
Yep.
You feel me?
That's facts.
And I gotta go into the ring, and I ain't happy with what I'm getting paid.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, I'm going in mentally not where I need to be. You feel me? So it was just like, at least I'm taking all them stipulations. Just pay me what I want. That's what that whole situation was about.
Right.
They had nothing to do with no ducking, none of that.
No, none of
it
that.
was the money.
Because from I'm just, all I could go off of is what I see and what I hear, because I'm seeing, Shakur tweet about it.
Yeah.
And I'm seeing everybody talking about it, but you kind of not saying nothing. So for you to hear your point of view, it makes sense, because it's like, okay, I'm not fighting for crumbs, but I want to be in a right space, mentally, you know what I'm saying, before I get in the ring.
It's bigger. It's bigger. I ain't no crash dummy. You know what I mean? Like, don't just try to throw me. Like, nah, some got to make sense on my end.
Right. I can't just take the short end of the stick in every aspect.
Something got to make sense, But it's like, I did an interview before, you know what I mean? And I was like, every top dog got to be an underdog, right?
Yep.
That was a whole different type of situation. You know what I mean? Like, that's a guy coming up from 130 who fought one fight.
Right.
One fight, right? Yoshina got paid damn near the same what they was trying to pay me.
Right.
The fight before for a title eliminator. So I'm fighting a title and ain't finna get paid what I want to get paid.
Right.
I ain't going.
It didn't make sense for you.
Nah, hell no.
And Shakur had fought De Los Santos, who was supposed to be the fight that they wanted you to be, right? Yeah. And he didn't put on the performance that he wanted to put on. Admittedly, he said that. Could we see a Frank Martyn, Shakur at sometime in the future?
For sure. Go ahead.
I was going to say, like, the belts, there's a lot of vacant belts out there. So you talking about the money, it kind of gives you a better argument if you go get one of them straps. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And he got a strap. Then it's like, the fight was already going to be big, but if it's unified,
we can unify. We can, like, the fight is not just like, oh, Frank just ain't fighting him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, they couldn't pay me what I wanted at that time, so the fight didn't happen at that time.
Right.
But them straps vacant now, so I can go get me some straps. You know what I mean? Maybe one, maybe two, however it go. But once I get a strap, we can double back, and then we can make something happen. We can unify. We can still make it happen.
It's a lot of opportunity once that happens. How did you feel about his performance? Did it make you feel like, okay, I know what I could do, or was it just like styles make fights type of thing?
No, it's one of them things like styles make fights. Like, I knew, like, with me not taking a fight ain't had nothing to do with me questioning what I could do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That was just all about the money. Mm-hmm. The same, like, I know what he got. I know what he can do.
He's tough. Yeah.
Not De Los Santos, I'm talking about Shakur.
Yeah, Shakur's tough.
Yeah. I know what he could do, though. Whether the De Los Santos fight or, if he didn't fight De Los Santos, if he went and fought somebody else and dogged him.
That ain't make you look at him any type of different, because you know what he got, you know what you got.
I know what he bringing. You know what I mean? It was just De Los Santos tough. He a tough fight for anybody. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? But it ain't same thing, you know.
Right,
I want
right.
to fight the double back around. You
Right,
know what I mean?
right.
And we make it happen.
For sure. That's the mentality you got to have,
Yeah,
man.
for sure.
And to even get those straps at 35. 35 is a loaded division, right? You got Tank, Shakur, Zepeda, Kambosos. Like, it's a lot of people. Loma's in there. Like, it's a lot of people in there. So for you to get the strap, you're going to have to fight somebody who's, you know, proven a big name. Who can you see yourself going in and being like, okay, he's good, but I'm going to get him?
Man, so right now, the next closest belt that I'm in line for is the WBA.
Mm-hmm.
And the two people who are ahead of me is Isaac Cruz and William Zepeda.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Tank can't take the belt.
Right. I saw that.
So we don't know who Tank gonna fight. But either one of those guys, Isaac Cruz or Zepeda, you know, I fight either one of them.
Love that.
They can get, both of them can get it.
Both of them.
So
You know, there was, speaking of Tank, right? There was a time where the boxing world knows you and him jumped in the ring for sparring. And, like, I box a little bit, so the rule of sparring is you don't speak on sparring.
Yeah.
Right? But it's told that you held your own during that fight or during that sparring. What did that tell you about yourself? Because that was a while ago when that happened, right? Mm-hmm. So you wasn't as big as you are now. What did that tell you about yourself, and what did that tell you about Tank? Like, potentially, if y'all step in the ring with each other.
Man, really, it was one of them situations. Like, I wasn't even supposed to spar Tank.
Yeah.
So I had sparred. I had went out to Vegas or whatever. I ain't have my gear, none of that with me. But
For real?
I stay in the gym, right?
Stay in the gym.
Man, I end up just going to the gym because I'm cool with Floyd people or whatever. So I end up going to the gym. I go to the gym. Floyd ended up letting me use his gear or whatever, and I end up sparring one of Tank homeboys. I sparred one of his homeboys or whatever, and I stopped him in, like, we're supposed to go like 6 rounds. I stopped dude in like 4 rounds. Everybody in the gym hyped.
Everybody looking at you like, hold on, what's going on?
Nah, I just, you know, it was deep. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's popping in the gym. Everybody, you know, yelling and everything. So I stopped dude in like the 4th round. We're supposed to go 6. I stopped him. Then that's Monday. So on Wednesday, me and dude was supposed to spar again. So Floyd ended up coming up to me or whatever. No, 640 came up to me. Tank, tall dude, be with Tank.
Yeah.
That's his name, right? 640? 6'9",
I don't know,
640. 640. I'm tripping. He came up to me or whatever, and like, you'll get Tank some rounds. So I'm like, yeah, but I'm supposed to spar Tank dude.
Yeah.
So Tank probably try and get his
get back.
for his
Yeah, because
homeboy,
he
you
feel
hear me?
like, damn, he did him crazy.
Yeah.
Look,
So
hold on, let me get in there with him.
He trying to get his get back for his partner. So Floyd ended up coming up to me after that. I told 640, I told him, yeah, or whatever. Floyd came up to me or whatever, and I asked him could I use his gear, because the first time he let me use his gear. Yeah, so man, I ended up putting this gear on me, and Tank got in there. We it was good. The first,
it was good work.
It was good work. It was good work.
But it wasn't like he was just getting the better of you. It was like,
it was good.
We both in there working.
Yeah, it was good work.
Sure.
Tank solid though. Tank solid. You know, at that time too, you know what I mean, man, I wasn't nowhere near where I'm at right now.
Right.
You feel me? So, you know, I know Tank got good work, and you know Tank know I got good work.
Hello? Can I get 2 Whopper Junior meals? Damn, $18. Do y'all have like payment plans, like layaway, like anything like that? Y'all don't got that? Where I could pay like maybe $5 right now, like $10 in a week or something like that?
Layaway? At a fast food spot? Come on, bro. I've never seen or heard that in my life. That's crazy.
Yeah, bro, like, my pockets is hurting right now. I'm down bad.
What you need to do is get on Prize Picks, bro. That's what you need to do if you're down bad like that.
Bro, I ain't messing with no Prize Picks, boy. What I look like?
Let's go, man. Another win. That's like my 6th one all week. Prize Picks, man. I told Gio get on Prize Picks. It's the best one to use. It's another win. Let's go.
Man, there's no way this dude just hit on Prize Picks again. He's up like 5,000 on the week. Damn.
Man, let me see how lucky I can get using this Prize Picks Jarvis keeps talking about. Shoot. Hopefully it can get me a little bit of money so I could get rich.
I never been on a jet before I started using Prize Picks. Shoot, I couldn't afford anything before I started using Prize Picks. Hit a couple more on the passing yards, a little less on the rushing yards. Next thing you know, I'm on a jet. I'm trying to make sure everybody eats. Go to prizepicks.com/Mercury and use code Mercury to get a $100 deposit on your first deposit. That's a free $100. Again, go to prizepicks.com/Mercury and use code Mercury to get $100 on your first deposit. You never know what that $100 is going to turn into. You're turning into this. Holiday season, my mom sends me to the grocery store to get all these groceries. This is the last thing I want to do during the holidays. I'd rather spend some time with my family, chill and relax. I need to get HelloFresh. It's much faster, 15 minutes to make, and it comes right to your front door. I don't even have to stay in line and do all this shopping.
Man, fast food is so good, but it's so bad for you. I gotta get on that HelloFresh that Gio was talking about. It's way cheaper and way healthier for you. I'm about to call this dude right now.
If you don't want to deal with what we just went through, go to HelloFresh.com/secondwinfree and get free breakfast for life.
Hold on. Did you just hear what he said? For life. That's one breakfast item per box for every active subscription. Please, it's for free for the rest of your life.
Wait, hold on. I don't think they heard you. For life. That's for the duration of the time you alive. You're going to get free breakfast. Go to HelloFresh.com/secondwinfree and use code secondwinfree to get free breakfast for life.
Life.
You know, at 18-0, right? Everybody who watches boxing knows that you a dog, right? And you got some great wins under your resume, but you don't have that like signature win where it's like Frank Martyn has arrived. You know what I'm saying? When do you think that's going to happen? You think that's going to be next fight, like the fight after that? Because I feel like you're right on the cusp. Like I feel like that fight is about to be here.
Man, I feel like I'm gonna go get that belt. They're gonna still have something to say about that. The only way they're gonna be like Frank arrived when I go beat the Shakurs, the Tanks, you gotta be a big name. It gotta be another star. You know what I mean? So it don't matter if it ain't no star. You know you ain't gonna get that full credit because everybody was saying Revere was that guy. You know what I mean?
Went in and
made it look easy, right? Made it look real easy, and then everybody forget about Revere. You know what I mean? So it's just like right now, it don't matter who I fight. If I don't fight one of them stars, I ain't gonna get that credit.
Yeah.
You know, no matter what.
I mean, even if you fight them and beat them, they all like. The thing about boxing is there's always someone saying something sometimes it's the casuals that don't even really understand boxing, but they'll be in your DM. They'll be
talking crazy.
They'll talk crazy to you, and they don't even understand nothing. So like, it's funny to hear you say that because I just know like what y'all deal with,
man. and then people got to understand there's always 2-3 sides to every story.
Yeah, for sure.
With boxing and being athletes, people pick one side and they just rock with that side.
Rock with it, and they'll rock with it hard.
Yeah. They don't care about nothing else but the side they choose to care about.
When you look at the fight this weekend, right, Regis and Devin, see, I like hearing predictions from people who actually know what's going on. Obviously, you know what's going on. How do you see that fight going? Dude who's really skilled with a big power puncher, like,
man. I feel like it's gonna be a good fight.
Yeah.
I feel like it's gonna be a good fight, right? But I just feel like Regis, to be victorious, you know what I mean? Like Devin, he got a lot in his arsenal. People may say he ain't got no power, but you know, he got a lot in his arsenal outside of not having the power.
Yeah.
You know, he probably gonna pack a little more power being that he
140.
went up to 140, but man, he got a lot in his arsenal or whatever. So Regis coming in the fight, just trying to land that big shot that's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough. So he got to come with a little more than just trying to land that big shot.
Yeah, a little finesse. So we got some hot topics, right?
Let's get it.
We love your insight on it. The first is, what's your take on the whole social media, YouTubers, boxing? Like, you think that's good for boxing or bad for boxing? Because it's people out here telling me like this person will go beat up a dude who really fights, and I'm like, bro, it's two different worlds. Like, how do you feel about that?
I feel like they need to stay in that world. You know what I mean? Like, unless they start taking it like, if it's all right, say for instance like a Jake Paul, right?
Yeah.
I feel like Jake Paul kind of like transitioned over a little bit. He started taking boxing more serious.
Right.
So then he started fighting real fighters.
Yeah. But
it's a lot of those guys who just like, they got names or big YouTubers or whatever, but they don't really take it serious. You know, they just need to stay in that lane.
You feel like that's bad for boxing? Like, it's kind of like,
nah, I feel like it bring a little more life.
Right.
You know, even though like it's fake, it's bringing a different crowd, different audience. You know, because it may be a real fighter who fight on one of those cars that somebody gravitate to.
Yep.
You know, and it may help them out. So it got its pros and cons.
Tyson Fury and Francis Ngannou fought a couple weeks ago, right? Yeah. And MMA versus boxing. Tyson Fury won, but to the public, I don't really like. I don't know what was your take on that fight? Did you watch that fight?
Yeah, I watched it.
That fight was that fight was tricky because I was telling people, bro, it's not like Tyson Fury is Tyson Fury. You know what I'm saying? Like he get down, but it didn't look. Dude, what was your take?
Dude, it's only two things I could think, man. Tyson just didn't prepare for dude properly.
Yeah.
Because he's looking at him like he a UFC fighter.
Yeah, I can
and then
just
I'm
roll
just
in
do
there.
what I want to do.
For sure.
And then dude was training. He coming to win. You know, so it could have been Tyson underestimating him, or dude was just, you know, he was just good.
Yeah.
I feel like dude will get some heavyweight, some problems.
For real?
He got some heat on me. He's strong.
Strong as hell.
He know how to wrestle, you know, so that give him a little advantage.
Damn. See, that fight to me was like, I was so caught off guard by that shit.
Man, look.
I know you was watching like, what is going on?
For sure. Dude did his thing.
Yeah.
Francis did his thing against Tyson Fury to be a world champion. That fight could have went to Francis.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
So, you know.
Damn, that fight could have went to
But
Francis.
you got the champion. You got the champ. You know, you got to do a little more.
When you fighting the champ, you got to beat him.
Yeah,
you
got to beat him. Francis got him a knockdown, you know, but those last 2 rounds got a little weird.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
It was a little tricky them last 2
rounds. He
rounds.
ain't turn up. Like, it's kind of like he chilled out. I don't know. But
the next topic is, so that dude, Bradley Martyn, you see when he was talking to Dev, big bodybuilder dude.
Okay, yeah.
He was talking to Dev, and he was like, was he with Regis too?
Not is he a trainer?
No, not a trainer, There was a dude. He's a podcaster, big bodybuilder, and he told Devin, he said, I will beat you in a street fight. He like 240 pounds, but he don't train. He's just a bodybuilder. He was like, I got 100 pounds on you. How do you feel about that? Like an average person with a boxer, because y'all are trained assassins, bro. But people don't understand, like, they just don't understand what y'all are capable of. But he was talking shit to Devin, saying, I will beat him because I'm 100 pounds bigger than him. I'm stronger than him, and he is like he's
solid. Man, that weight really don't mean like when you know what you're doing, man. That weight don't mean nothing.
Yeah.
Because it's like when a boxer get in a street fight.
Yeah.
It's like everything slow pace. Everything like slowed down. Like you see what somebody finna throw before they even.
They
throw
telegraph it without them even knowing.
You seeing everything. You know what I mean? Body shot. You give a good body shot. One of them big dudes give one of them good body shots.
It's over with. All that muscle don't mean nothing when that body shot come out.
Look here. and then it don't matter how big you is.
Right. That
all it take is 7 pounds of pressure.
That's it. See, I ain't know that. That's something new. Couple hypothetical fights. I want your take on. Tell me who wins and why. Bud and EJ rematch at 154, because you know the big thing. I feel like EJ just wasn't himself at 147, like, and people don't realize the difference in that. So you training with EJ all the time. If he's fully at 154, how does that fight look?
Man, that's a better fight.
Way better fight. Way more competitive type thing.
Way better. Because I ain't gonna lie, man, them weight cuts play a big. It weigh a lot on you. You know, especially. If you lost a lot of weight or whatever it may be, man, them weight cuts ain't no joke.
For real, what's the craziest thing that you heard of somebody doing for weight cuts? Because I seen like online people like passing out, like almost like y'all go through some crazy stuff for weight cuts.
Man, everybody do their weight cuts different. Like you know, I do my weight cuts. Like my last weight cut was a tough weight cut. You know, like the Rivera fight, my nutrition, my weight, everything, I was on point. My last fight, I kind of, you know, it was a little shortcuts. You know, I kind of.
Do you feel like that affected you?
It affected me for sure, you know, because my energy, it wasn't there. You know what I mean? Like I was off a little bit, but man, like the weight cut, my 2 weight cuts, the Rivera weight cut and then that weight cut was the same 2 things.
Right.
I just did some different stuff. For the what was the dude name my last fight? Artem. Man, I was in the tub. I like to do the tub.
Yeah.
So I go run. I get my little run in or whatever. My sweat bag on and all that, and then I do the tub. I put the tub like super hot.
Yeah.
So I just sit in the tub and probably I lose in like 25 minutes if I sit in the tub and it's steaming. I lose probably like 2.5, 3 pounds.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, get out. Then I do a cocoon. So I wrap up and
all that.
A lot of towels and covers and.
But you're not like a weight bully. It's some dudes that's like big as hell and be fighting like in them
a
little
small
weight
weight.
classes. Yeah. Another hypothetical. Shakur and Tank. How does that fight go? Who wins? Why?
Man, that's a good fight. That's a good fight too.
Because I'm sure you studied Shakur, being you almost fought him, and Tank you obviously been in the ring with, so you got a real different analyst than everybody else.
Man,
Or it's too close to call.
it's just one of them things. Tank got skill. Tank got skill. Tank got power. He got that natural instincts, man. He got it. You know, Shakur just a pure boxer.
Yeah.
You know, he could box his ass off. Pure boxer. But is pure boxer. Tank
Tank got a little bit of everything.
got a little bit of everything.
And it's hard to game plan for him. Okay. Okay.
It's like you gotta like knowing you finna fight Shakur, you just know you finna box.
Yeah.
You finna box.
So you got to be sharp.
You gotta be sharp. Tank, you know, he got a little bit of everything in his arsenal, you know.
Okay.
We got a lot in common.
Right.
Yeah.
Which is why that sparring went the way it did.
Yeah,
Y'all a lot in common. Tiafimo and Devin Haney at 140.
I got Dev.
Dev?
Yeah.
Damn, that's Tio's good, man.
Yeah,
He had a good show in his last fight against Taylor.
Taylor.
He
yeah.
looked good. Devin?
Dev. I got Dev.
Okay. And the last one. Frank Martyn and Keyshawn Davis.
Keyshawn not ready for me, man.
You're not ready. Cause I seen y'all kind of have that interaction.
Keyshawn good. You know what I mean? Don't get me wrong. I ain't wanna I'm real. You hear me?
No, facts.
So
facts.
like I ain't gonna never just, you know, down talk a good fighter or a bad fighter, you know, but it's just he just ain't ready. I don't care who he spar. I don't care what he doing right now, he not ready.
Right.
You know, he gotta hey.
If he coming to fight you, you gotta come correct.
It's gonna be another Michelle Rivera.
Simple as that.
Easy work.
Simple as that. So this is a staple question that we always ask to, you know, everybody. Everything that you've gone through in your life, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you had one word or phrase to describe your life up to this point, what would it be and why? You can't use adversity though, because everybody use adversity.
Yeah, it'd be
It's a tough one, right?
it'd probably be determination.
Determination.
Why?
Why?
Just because whatever you go through, you know, you got to know you're going to get through it. You know what I mean? You got to be determined to get through it. You know, everything in life, it don't matter what we do, you know, we're going to have our ups and downs. You know, so just having that determined mentality, you know, that's just like something ain't nothing stopping you.
Yeah.
You determined to get done what you going to do. If you got something going on and you got that determined mentality, ain't nothing stopping you from accomplishing what you want to accomplish.
When's the time in your life where you feel like that displayed the most?
For real, man. I go through it a lot. You know what I mean? Like throughout my life, I go through having to be determined and patient for shit. Really, like my whole life, it's been like a ongoing thing. You know, it ain't never just been like smooth sailing. You feel me? I'm trying to get it to that point to this day. So it ain't never just been like smooth sailing, you know, so I just got to stay determined.
Bumps in the road.
Yeah, for sure.
One of my favorite sayings is you can't have an easy life and strong character, right? The price of each is the other. So you're going to need them bumps in the road to build your character, right? If it was easy, that character wouldn't be as strong.
It show you who you is, and then say if you never had no bumps, when you start getting the bumps, can you handle them?
Right.
That's the thing.
For sure. No, that's real, and that's deep. You know, people watching, make sure y'all go ahead and tune into that. You tune into that. The last question that we always ask, you know, this show is called The Second Win, right? And for anybody going through anything, maybe there's a kid that wants to be the next Frank Martyn, or maybe there's somebody who just got laid off from their job and trying to find their second win. What's the biggest piece of advice that you could give to them to help them kind of overcome, you know what I'm saying, something that they're going through?
I mean, it's really just like you got to know what you want. You know, as individuals, we got to know what we want, you know, and we got to push forward. You know what I mean? Don't let nobody shortchange your goals. And, you know what I mean? If they talk down on you, just use that as motivation. You know, it's a lot of people who steal people's dreams by tell them they can't do certain things. So don't ever let nobody, dumb you down and tell you can't do nothing. Use that and strive off that and do what they told you couldn't do, and then go holler at them. And tell them what
That's
up.
a bar, man. That's a bar, because I feel that. Like, I done been there, and I'm sure you done been there, and I think
Sure.
every successful person done been there. People push their doubts on you sometimes. So it's like every successful person gets to that point where they like, somebody told me no, and I did that shit anyways.
You got to. You got to prove them wrong.
For real. Hey, man. We want to tell you we appreciate you getting
For
on,
sure.
bro. We appreciate you getting on. Anybody watching Second Win Family, make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe. Go tell your mom. Go tell your auntie. Go tell your pet fish. Go tell your dog, your cat. We got Mr. Frank Martyn, the Ghost, 18-0 on the Second Win Podcast. Appreciate y'all, man. Love.